Lyra Valkyria's reaction to Becky Lynch allegedly ruining Bayley's dream and her vow to beat Becky at WWE Backlash. The scene opens with dramatic music playing in the background. The camera zooms in on Lyra Valkyria standing in the middle of the ring. She's wearing her wrestling gear, intense and focused. The crowd is cheering, but there's a sense of anticipation in the air as she stands with a microphone in hand. Lyra Valkyria, shaking her head in disbelief. Becky Lynch, you know, I always looked up to you. I admired your fight, your passion, and your resilience. You were the man, the one who paved the way for women like me to chase our dreams. But you've become something else. Something I can't even recognize anymore. And do you know why? The crowd starts murmuring, sensing where this is going. Lyra Valkyria, because of you, Becky, Bayley's dream was shattered. And I'm not just talking about her title aspirations. No. I'm talking about something much deeper. You took away her trust. You took away her hope. And that's something you can never take back. The crowd is still, waiting for Lyra to elaborate. Lyra Valkyria, I know people have been talking about you and Seth Rollins, about your little alliance with Paul Heyman, but none of that matters. What matters is what you did to Bayley, and what you did to our division. You stabbed her in the back, and I'm here to make sure that you never forget the consequences of your actions. Lyra paces around the ring, her voice growing louder, more passionate. Lyra Valkyria, you claim to be the hero, the one who's always fought for what's right. But what about Bayley, Becky? What about the dreams of a woman who has fought tooth and nail to get to this point? What about the fact that you couldn't even give her the respect she deserved after everything she's done for you and this company? Instead, you tore her down and humiliated her. You ruined her, and now it's time for me to ruin you. The crowd reacts loudly, some in support of Lyra, others in shock at the intensity of her words. Lyra Valkyria pauses, looking straight into the camera. At WWE Backlash, it's not just going to be about winning a match. It's about sending a message. A message to you, Becky, and a message to everyone who thinks they can just walk over people like Bayley, like me, and get away with it. She raises her fist in the air. Lyra Valkyria, I'm going to do what no one else could do. I'm going to take you down, Becky Lynch. I'm going to expose you for the backstabbing liar you really are. And when I do, when I stand over you at WWE Backlash, you'll finally realize the price of betraying someone like Bayley. Lyra drops the mic and storms out of the ring, her music hitting as she walks up the ramp. The crowd is on their feet, some chanting her name, others shocked by the intensity of her words. The screen fades to black and then transitions to a video package. Footage is shown of Becky Lynch and Bayley working together, shaking hands, and celebrating their victories. The tone of the video is upbeat, showing the camaraderie between the two superstars. Once, Becky Lynch and Bayley were allies. Together, they dominated the women's division. Their bond was unbreakable. They were champions, they were friends, they were unstoppable. But all of that changed in the blink of an eye. The video then shifts to a shocking clip from the recent episode of Raw, where Becky Lynch, seemingly out of nowhere, attacks Bayley with a steel chair. The crowd gasps as the betrayal unfolds. In one of the most shocking moments in WWE history, Becky Lynch turned her back on Bayley, attacking her in cold blood. This wasn't just a betrayal, it was an attack on everything they had built together. The video ends with a shot of Bayley lying on the mat, clutching her back as Becky stands tall over her, a smug look on her face. The screen cuts back to the present, with Lyra Valkyria standing in the ring once again. Lyra Valkyria, turning back to the camera after the video package. You all saw it. You all saw the moment when Becky Lynch made the choice to betray the woman who trusted her. But what you didn't see, what you don't know, is the pain that Bayley felt. And you'll never understand the hurt that comes with being let down by someone you considered family. Lyra pauses, the emotion clear in her voice. Lyra Valkyria, and I get it. You probably think you're justified, don't you, Becky? You probably think that making this deal with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman is your path to the top. But I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. You've become nothing more than a puppet in their game. And I'm going to cut those strings at WWE Backlash. The crowd is divided, some cheering Lyra, others wondering if she can actually defeat Becky. Lyra Valkyria, You've built your career on being the baddest woman in WWE, Becky. But I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of what you've become. And I'm definitely not afraid of standing up for what's right, even if it means going through you." She looks out at the crowd, a fierce determination on her face. Lyra Valkyria, "So here's my promise to you, Becky. At WWE Backlash, I'm going to beat you. Not just for me, not just for Bayley, but for every single person who's ever been let down by someone they trusted. And when I do, you won't just lose a match, you'll lose everything. Because no one, and I mean no one, crosses a line like that and gets away with it." The crowd reacts, some in support of Lyra, others uncertain about her chances. Lyra Valkyria, "Becky, you made a choice. And now, I'm going to make mine. I'll see you at WWE Backlash. And when I do, I'm going to make sure that you regret ever thinking you could ruin Bayley's dream." Lyra stands tall in the center of the ring, the intensity of her words hanging in the air as the crowd erupts in a mixed reaction. Her music hits again, and she exits the ring, leaving Becky Lynch's betrayal looming over her as the next pay-per-view event approaches. The scene cuts to a backstage segment where a WWE interviewer is waiting. Lyra Valkyria walks into frame, her expression still intense. Interviewer: "Lyra, you've been very vocal about your upcoming match with Becky Lynch at WWE Backlash. What can you say about her actions, and why do you feel so strongly about this match?" Lyra Valkyria: "Becky Lynch betrayed Bayley, and I can't stand by and watch that happen. I've seen what it does to someone when they're betrayed by someone they trust. I'm not going to let Becky get away with it. At WWE Backlash, it's not just about a win or a loss. It's about justice, and I'm bringing it, whether she's ready or not." Lyra walks away, her expression unchanged. The camera lingers on her as the scene fades to black, leaving the audience eager to see what will unfold at WWE Backlash. This script provides a dramatic build-up to the match, showcasing Lyra Valkyria's passion for standing up for Bayley and making Becky Lynch pay for her betrayal. The pacing keeps the audience engaged, and the words are impactful for a speech-to-text conversion for your YouTube video.